Guys, I'm wanting to share a little video with you. I wrote a little thing this morning and put on Facebook, but I see that there's not a lot of people going to it and checking it out. So let me do this video. Um, I'm hoping that I can talk to somebody, maybe share a little something other with you. I I don't consider myself a conspiracy theorist, but I do consider myself a Christian. And I am concerned about the things that are going on in the world today and the things that are going on in the world that we live in. And one of the things that I got to looking at was the Georgia Guidestones. At the very first uh, commandment, or whatever you want to call that thing, the very first one is keep the get the population down to 500 million. And I can see how that it draws people in. All right. Now, this is not going to be a very popular video, but as you know me, I don't do popular stuff. So, um, I went down there yesterday, which was on August 12th, I guess. I don't even know what today is. But anyway, I went down there and looked at it. It sits in the middle of an open, looks like a cow field. There's nothing around it, but on the back side, where you first pull in, on the back side of it is the is some video cameras. And when I pulled in, which it displayed my tag number. Well, we fooled around there for about an hour, I guess, maybe a little longer or maybe a little less, but somewhere around an hour. And took a lot of pictures, a lot of video, looked it all over, really considered what the hose and all the different things in it was. And I'd seen a video where up in the corner of one of actually it was on the English side, was a capstone that is not there now. It said 2014 on it, and because I'd seen some videos on it. Well, it's not there now, unless they put it back recently. But anyway, on the little plaque that sits on the ground, um, it talks about there being a time capsule there, and it don't have no burial date and it don't have no digging up date, but it talks about it being there. All right. Uh, After we fooled around there for a little while, went to into town, and it's a little bitty hole in the wall town. There ain't very much there. A lot of churches there, but not very much there. And it says, I was looking it up there a while ago, and it was talking about the population there was like 20,000. Might be out in the country, out in the rural area. I don't have a clue, but I know in that town it looked like a ghost town. But I pulled into a gas station and got my gas. I went in and used the restroom, and when I come back out, I went out and I got in the truck. And when I got in the truck, I started the truck up to let the air conditioner kick back on. And I reached back and got my seatbelt to put my seatbelt on. When I come back around with my seatbelt, I looked and I could see a cop car behind my truck. Well, me and the one that was with me, we had a whole bunch of stuff we had packed up. We was aiming on staying for a while. Not in Alberton or whatever that town's called, but we was aiming on staying out for a while, and so we had a bunch of stuff packed in our truck, and we were sitting there, and the one cop that pulled in behind me, I could tell he was reading my tag number, and then there was another one coming around and parked on the passenger side of the truck. Well, which I thought was strange, if you're going to hem somebody in, pull crossways in front of them. But he didn't. He pulled beside of us. And he got out and he come over there and he was talking, and some of the questions, he was asking crazy questions. And when he got to asking those crazy questions, it just blowed my mind, And then we got to talking about conspiracy theories and stuff. And he said, "Oh, wait a minute, let me turn my camera off." And he clicked that little camera he had on his chest. And after I got home last night and I got to thinking about the questions that he asked and the things that he was saying, I got it this morning and it hit me. He wasn't turning the camera off, he was turning the camera on, because some of the questions he asked afterwards really give it away. So I got to thinking about it, and I wanted to do this video. And the reason that I'm doing this video is for you conspiracy theorists, and for those that are Christians, doomsday preppers, whatever. All right. If you're going down there to see those Guidestones, don't be surprised if the law gets you before you leave that town to get your information. So let me say this. If you are going to go fishing, you got to put some hook on the bait. Some bait on the hook. There we go. You got to put bait on the hook. And I believe that that's what the Guidestones are. It's baiting the hook for those conspiracy theorists, doomsday preppers, Christians. And the reason that I believe that, because we are going to go under a one world government. They are going to declare martial law someday. And once they do all this, they've got a database with everybody's information on who is what. And I sat right there and I spilt my guts, and we was talking about doomsday theorists and talking about all these conspiracies and all this stuff. And he just chuckled, and he's enjoying every minute of it. He was enjoying it, and I didn't realize that I was getting sucker punched. I believe that was truly what he was doing, was just getting information. All that stuff that was in our truck, never one time did they say, "We need to search your truck," or anything like that. He started talking about guns and different things. I bet you all got guns up there. And yeah, I thought to myself, well, why would he be asking such questions? So listen, guys, if you go down there, for whatever reason, if you go down there to see those stones, stay out of town. Get your gas before you go into town or whatever. Don't go to town, because if you do, they're going to surround you more than likely. And if they surround you, you ain't got no other choice but to give them your information. And if that is just a data collecting deal, which that's the way it seemed after I got to thinking about it, if it's just a data collecting deal, then they've got a definite fly trap right there. They're going to catch you and get your information. So, that's just a theory, just a thought, okay? I don't know what the Guidestones are about. I just got to thinking about all this when you read that Guidestone, it does sound like a conspiracy, conspiracy to kill everybody. But is it a conspiracy to kill, or is it a conspiracy to catch you? And if it's a conspiracy to catch you, when you go to them Guidestones, that camera sitting over there has already got all the information it needs, even if the law don't get you. But we spent, like I said, about an hour or so there, and that's what happened. I mean, I don't know why we got. Uh, I can't say pulled over because we was already pulled over. I don't know why they done us that way. But seriously, think about these things before you go down there. And if you go down there and look at these Guidestones, I'll tell you what, you're better off to look them up online. And yes, AT&T and all these different big wigs are all part of this conspiracy deal. And I am a conspiracy theorist, I guess. But what is the end outcome? Probably death to those who are not with the government. You're against the government. Well, I'm not against the government whatsoever, but I don't want it shoved down my throat. I want to be able to live for the Lord and live in a free country, not be a doomsday prepper or a doomsdayist. I just believe that I'm saved. I'm bought by the precious blood of the Lamb. And I don't have to worry about those things out there. You know, if death does come to me, I've got it made. Matter of fact, if they lead me to the guillotines, chop off my head, and the Bible speaks over in the book of Revelation about the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Jesus and for the testimony in which they held. So I'm fine. They're not going to be able to touch me without it coming through his hand first. So that's what I think about it. Anyway, God willing, I'll see you on the flip side. Just remember, if you go down there, uh, be prepared. That's all I can say. Be prepared because if and I don't know that that's what it was about. The guy said he turned his camera off. He may have turned his camera off. But some of the questions he asked me after he said he turned it off pointed to him turning it on, not off. So I'll leave it at that. God willing, I'll talk to y'all again in a day or two. See you. Bye.